What's up, guys, and welcome back to House Flipper. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we decked out a houseboat and converted it into a floating restaurant, which was really cool. Today, I honestly don't know what we're gonna get up to, so I guess let's check out our list of potential jobs, and we'll see what we've got. 2 high-rise buildings. We'll start with the smallest one first. This one's titled Sweet Metamorphosis. It says, even though we'll say Shuto appreciates what he's learned working his mom's hair salon, even the thought of spending another day with scissors in hand is pure torture. His heart yearns for the sweet art of confectionery, and each baked delight that comes out of his oven is far better than any hairstyle he's ever worked on. Now that his mom has retired, Shuto decided to do something for himself and turn the salon into a bakery.
Hi, thanks for accepting this job. I'm not sure if it's a great idea, but I want to run my own bakery. I'm not a hairdresser, and I don't want to be one. My mom
Shuto.
thought I did, but she was
So
wrong.
soft-spoken.
I'm so tired of pretending it's not. I promised myself I'd help her at work until the day she retires. So, until now. She's not going to be happy when she hears about it. But hairdressing just doesn't cut it for me. Unlike baking.
Is
All
that
my
a working
friends keep
mirror?
asking me for more. Mom does as well. And I dream of making delicious pastries every day. I even have an idea for the interior in mind. The confectionery won't be the only sweet thing in the room. I want it all in sugary sweet pastel colors. Adding some neon lights and comfy rugs will spice it up. A unique looking counter would be sweet too.
Shuto, you just tell me where you want the counter, okay? That's all I ask. Everything else, typically super easy. So this is the spot, huh? Not too shabby. Definitely looks like it used to be a hair salon. I was about to say the first order of business is gonna be we need to go around and clean up all the trash, but it seems like there's hardly any in here, which is really surprising considering the fact that it was a hair salon. Of course, the last thing that we need is for one of Shuto's bakery clients to have a piece of hair in their croissant or something, right? We can't let that happen. Not only would that be super gross, but then also the health inspector would have to show up and Shuto might end up getting shut down, and we just don't need that. There's our recipe. Okay. Macarons. Why did I say that so weird? Delicate almond flour cookies filled with various fillings originating from France and Italy. These small treats are known for their crisp shells and chewy texture. Is there any other trash in here? Oh yeah, this whole thing. Gotta get rid of that. Okay, and this as well. Got you. Got a little stack of papers over here. Was really hoping for another recipe hidden under that. So the mirror is functional. I can't say I've ever seen a reflection in the mirrors in this game. Maybe I'm just crazy, but that seems like a new thing to me. Got a bunch of different like hair products and stuff back here. Just some cardboard boxes. Some extra cleaning supplies, I would guess. What do we have back here? Okay, this is the bathroom. Got a separate toilet. That's nice. We're gonna have to get rid of those toiletries, the toilet paper. Everything else seems to be in order. Oh, real quick, let's turn on every single light in this place, assuming that there's a light switch in every room. There's gotta be one main for the, here we go, for the chandeliers. Got them. All right, now that all the lights have been turned on, where do we go from here? It looks like we're gonna have to sell pretty much everything. Yeah, 107 objects just in this one room. So let's not waste any time. We'll get after it. We're just gonna be left with pretty much an empty shell of what this facility used to be. So it turns out that turning on all the lights in this place was a complete and total waste of time since we sold all of them and their corresponding switches. But it's time to break out the handy dandy sledgehammer so we can start demolishing a couple of these walls. I really wish that Shuto would have like cleared this all with Mom beforehand, because there is absolutely no shot that you'd be converting this back to a hair salon. I mean, there's almost nothing left of what it used to be. So what we need to do now is let's actually start with lintels first. There's a couple of doorways that we need to sort of recreate here, and then we'll move on to the full-size walls. And just like that, we've got 3 separate rooms in here now. This is probably gonna be a bathroom. This will likely be the bakery. And then out here would obviously be like the main eating area of the bakery. There's probably a better word for that. But what do we have to do out here now? Cotton candy walls and Orza white panel flooring. I don't know that I've ever seen this before. We'll do what we do, take it from corner to corner. We'll see what we think. It's a bit repetitive for such a large space, but I do think it looks nice. The pattern is good, but again, yeah, it's kind of repetitive. Gotta make sure we get that little bit there, and then just because we can, I'm gonna go ahead and do these little doorways, even though they'll likely get covered up by a door. I think the pastel pink walls kind of complement the white flooring pretty well, but let's see what we have to do now in the bathroom. Probably some more tiling. We've got wall tiles and floor tiles. You know, usually I'm not a big fan of matching floor and wall tiles, but since the room is so small, it kind of works in here. So the last thing I want to do just before we move on to the bakery is get the bathroom door installed. Why do they always want, our clients always want a little piece of glass in the bathroom door? Definitely not gonna happen. So we're just gonna put that guy in right there. No glass. Don't need any weirdos peeking in on people. I guess there are holes in the bottom of the door too, but that's a bit more obvious, right? You have someone over here like crouched in front of the... Anyways, we're gonna move on to the bakery next. Let's see what we've got going on in here. Is that an asphalt tile? Interesting. Very interesting. It's definitely got some texture to it, some grit for sure. I'm curious to see what the walls are gonna look like. Like, will it work well together? I guess let's find out. Let's do like just this little corner over here. We'll see what we think about it. It's not what I would have done. It's definitely not what I would have done, but the customer is always right? Now that we've got all the walls and the doors figured out here, we can start to furnish it. I did decide to change the color of the bathroom door since we don't have the same wood type as the front door available for it. I just tried to make it blend in as best I could. But let's start furnishing the bathroom. Since it's the smallest room, it should be the quickest turnaround. So I'm just gonna put this here mirror right up yonder. And then since we have that there, we should probably put our sink plumbing just below that. Can't forget to unscrew these things. And then as for the turlet, I'm thinking we put it kind of in the center of this back wall here. Somewhere around there. Never fails. It really never fails. And he wasn't playing around when he said something about a bunch of like pastel colors in this place. That is a very funky looking sink. But we've got our mirror, we've got our sink, we've got our turlet. So let's see what's next. A ceiling lamp. Kind of an odd looking piece. We'll get that put roughly in the center of that ceiling. I don't know how to feel about that. It's just such a strange design for a ceiling light. I guess at least the gold ties it into the mirror and the light switch. And the toilet paper holder, also golden. I'm gonna put that maybe back here. Not really a good spot for it since we decided to put the toilet like in the center of the room. Maybe we move that. Let's put it more back there. See, now the toilet paper holder location makes a little bit more sense. Still kind of challenging to get back in here though. It's a really small room. The last of it is just gonna be a trash can, soap dispenser, and toilet brush. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. And there we go. The deed is done, or I guess the bathroom is complete. So let's move back into the bakery. I think the front room is definitely gonna take the most amount of time out of everything here. We've got even a pastel pink light switch. I kind of dig it though. I'm into it. Would probably help to have some proper lighting in here as well. Otherwise, it's kind of a useless piece, right? Let's see how that looks. It does make the light switch a lot easier to find, being bright pink, so I do appreciate that. Yeah, it lights up the room pretty well. So let's see what else we have in here. A bunch of cabinetry pieces, for sure. A massive double fridge. I think this is the first thing that I want to try to find a location for. The corner never really works out well for us, does it? You know what? Let's just start placing things kind of willy-nilly. That way we can just get a better understanding of the scale of it all, right?
Moments later.
Okay, there are several large objects that we have to try to squeeze into this space. So I'm gonna play around with a few different configurations and we'll see which one sticks.
More moments later.
Tell you what, I think this is the one. This is V2. V1 looked much different than this, but I'm thinking there's probably only gonna be one person actually baking things, so I was less concerned about leaving a lot of space around the oven. I kind of figured there'd be more people sort of working around the cabinetry in the kitchen, which is why I tried to leave as much open space as possible here and through this like hallway sort of leading into this bakery. I wanted to make sure we had plenty of room there. So we've got our dishwasher, the industrial dishwasher. We've got our sink, microwave, food processor, even though I've always just referred to this as a mixer. That's what they're called in game. Blender, little electronic or electric kettle, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple kitchen. I mean, it doesn't really take much to run a bakery, I guess. Just an oven, a refrigerator, and a bunch of other like smaller kitchen appliances. So that is that room now finished up. We can start to focus out here. What is this? What is this and why have I never seen it before? Dude, this is the coolest thing. Kind of looks like a old Volkswagen van. I think that's the idea anyways. Maybe not Volkswagen. There were other vans that looked similar. He doesn't specify where he would like it. So I think we're gonna hold off. What we need to figure out first is the counter, right? He's gotta have a place to display his baked goods. On all the past jobs, they've kind of told us where these are supposed to go. And I was really hoping that that was going to be the case with this job as well, but it's not really looking like it. Since we're not going to get much help with this one, this is what I've decided to do. So we've got our little Volkswagen van, ice cream, countertop looking deal. I tried to leave as much space for the guests to be able to access the only bathroom in the place. And because of that, we had to put our little register counter kind of up along these front windows here, but I think it works. I'm just kind of nervous that we're not going to have enough space over here for all the tables, all the chairs, and any other, like, decorations that Shuto wants.
1 hour later.
This might just be the most confusing, like, eating area thing that we've ever tried to set up. It's just weird, man. Like, why do we have these tiny little tables and then we don't actually have proper table? It's more of like a hangout than somewhere where you would like go sit down to eat. I guess it is a bakery, but tell me why these bar stools look exactly like a macaron. Macaron. Why do I keep saying that so weird? The very last thing that these tables need, just these two little pink tables, are some reserved cards. And that is that. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check the bathroom. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, we're good in the kitchen. How do we still have budget? There it is. There it is, dude. We've got an entire outdoor space that we still need to furnish. So 2 street lights. We've got 2 like wall light looking things. I'm gonna try to put those. I was gonna try to put them between the windows, but maybe we'll do like on the ends of the building. I think that might look a little bit nicer. We've got one of the street lights over in that corner, the other just over here, sort of where the hedge starts to curve and straighten out. So what we need to decide on now is which sort of seating thing we want to be on the front of the building and which one we want to be on the side. Personally, I think the umbrella with the chairs, so like 2 chairs and then 1 umbrella in the center, I think that would look better around the front. Oh, and then we also have the 3 tables. I think the tables are supposed to be a part of that as well. But these, since they're a little bit larger, I think would work better over in this area because the like concrete pad is a little bit larger. So let's just try to get that one set up there. Is it supposed to be like a booth? Yeah, it's supposed to be like booth seating. So actually, I'm gonna see if we can get them to fit maybe this way instead. Or let's do one here and we'll do another like along the hedge or something. I don't think that looks bad at all. In fact, I kind of like it. The candle not being on the center of the table is kind of bugging me. That's probably as close as we're gonna be able to get it. But we do have a candle on each of the coffee tables. I think we have 3 more for the other 3 tables. So we'll head back around the front of the shop here. We'll see where we're gonna put these things at. I've got one of them set up so it's pretty much centered on the front door to the place. I'm worried we're not gonna have enough space for another one over here. We might end up having to move the light post, but we can definitely fit one over here. I really hope that we end up making Shuto proud on this one, and I also really hope that none of his future customers end up finding a hair in their croissant. That would not be good. But we're gonna be making a whopping $20,000 for completing this job. Let's take a look at these before and afters. That is a very dramatic change. From hair salon to a bakery. I also really hope that his mom ends up being okay with this. How would you feel if you retired from your hair salon business and your son comes in and he's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into a bakery. Me personally, I would be a little annoyed, especially if he didn't clear it with me first. You just show up one day and boom, it's a bakery all of a sudden. And on that note, that is where we're gonna wind things down at for today. Once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.